Hello student, welcome to all for class 5th social study. For class 5th social study chapter 8. Children, today we are going to discuss about the chapter 8. So chapter 8 in the social study topic, the chapter name is natural resources. So today topic is children natural resources. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about the mainly topic are what are resources, what are natural resources, and what are the classification of the natural resources and conservation of the natural resources. Conservation of the natural resources. So these are the topic today we are going to discuss about in this lesson, and let us discuss one by one topic, children. The first topic is natural resources. That means resources. Before going to topic, first we have to understand the meaning of the resources, children. So what is resources? Children, most of our life depends on resources. Most of so much that each one our activity we use a natural resources, because everyone consumes the natural resources. So natural resources are very useful to us. So that's why we know here what is the meaning of the resources. Before going to the topic, we have to know about what is the meaning of the resources here. So what is resources, children? Resources are the things which are fulfill our needs of life. Resources are the things which fulfill the needs of life. So they are called as a resources. Otherwise, anything or something that is useful to us is called as a resources, children. This is the meaning of resource. That means anything that is which is useful to us, that is a resources. They are called as a resources, children. Let us take the example. So many resources is there our surrounding. If you take plants also resources, because we are getting the food. We are getting food from the plants. Not only food, there are many helps we are taking by the plants. And land, take land is very useful to us, because of land is useful for making agriculture, for residential and so many other purpose. Land is very useful to us. And if you take one of the chair is useful to us to sitting. So this is also one of the resources. So like this, which is useful to us or which is useful to human, so they are called as a resources, whatever that is useful to us. So this is the meaning of the resources, children. Now let us go to the main topic of in this lesson, that is natural resources, children. Main topic of this lesson, natural resources. What are natural resources, children? Natural resources are valuable things, children. Natural resources are the valuable things which provided to us by nature. I repeat once again, natural resources are the valuable resources which provided to us by the nature. So these are called as a natural resources. That means natural resources are natural provided by nature. That means they are available in the nature or naturally. That means they are available in the nature, naturally. They are not made by any human. We are getting natural resources by the nature. So those resources are called natural resources. Which resources we are getting by the nature? So those resources are called as a natural resources, children. Remember this. And if you take, so many examples are there of the natural resources. If you take plants also natural resources, animals also natural resources, and water also natural resources. Because you think air also natural resources, because air is getting by naturally. It is not made by any human. Air is surrounding to earth. So that's why like these resources we can say natural resources, children. And Children, you will see here are some pictures of natural resources. They are water. The first one natural resource is water. This is the picture of water, children. Next one is plants and trees. This one also one of the natural resources, children. Plants and trees also. And next one is wind energy. It is one of the natural resources, wind energy. Solar energy, children. This is a picture of solar energy, and this is one of the natural resource. This is a picture of coal, children. This is one of the natural resource. This is the picture of coal, and this is the picture of petroleum. This is one of the natural resource, children. These natural resources are categorized as two types, children. Mainly these natural resources are categorized as two types. One is renewable resources, another one is non-renewable resources, children. These are commonly categorized as two types. One is renewable, another one is non-renewable, children. So what are renewable resources, children? Here that means what are renewable? Renewable means that can be used again. Resources which are that can be used again after we use it. That means that can be used to again. So those resources are called as renewable resources. That means, children, these resources come back in the nature again after we use it. So those resources are called as renewable resources, children. I hope all of you understand the meaning of the renewable resources. I repeat once again: resources which are come back in the nature again in the various form. So those resources are called as a renewable resources. That means, I repeat once again the definition: resources, those resources that can be used again after we use it, is called as a renewable resources. For example, you take, children, air, water, solar energy, wind energy, animals, trees and plants. These are the main examples of the renewable resources. These are the main examples of the renewable resources, children. Now let us go to non-renewable resources. That means opposite. What you know renewable resources? That is opposite meaning. That means resources that cannot be used again after we use it. They are called non-renewable resources. I repeat once again: resources those cannot be used again after we use once. That it means these resources never come back in the nature after we use it. These are called as a non-renewable resources, children. For example, take here, there are many examples are there. Main examples of non-renewable resources are coal, petroleum, natural gas, and etc. These are the main examples of non-renewable resources, children. That means, what is the conclusion of this? The non-renewable, renewable, and non-renewable. Conclusion is these are cannot exhausted. These are cannot exhausted means not completed. These renewable resources are cannot exhausted means not completed. But these are exhausted, that means completed after we use it. These are never come back. That's why these are called as a inexhausted or cannot exhausted. These non-renewable resources, and these are the unlimited sources. Renewable resources are the unlimited sources. These are available in every way and always. But these are not a unlimited sources. These are the energy sources limited. These are not getting always in future. In future maybe they run out in the nature. So these are unlimited. So and these renewable resources are the children pollution free resources. They are called as a pollution free, and these are the pollution. These release the more pollution. This means these are the pollution contains energy resources. Non-renewable resources are the pollution contain energy. Pollution contain the non-renewable resources, children. So this is the difference between the renewable and non-renewable resources. So let us now discuss one by one non-renewable resources, children. Let us discuss one by one renewable resources. The first one is air. If you take the first one, renewable resources, that is children air. Children, are you know air? Air is very important. Where is the air? Air is surrounding our earth. Air is surrounded our earth, and it is colorless and odorless. It is colorless, odorless. It is the air. And without air we can't live, children. Without air we can't live, because air is essential for every living things. It is very important. Without air we can't live. That's why it is very important. And it is air is surrounded in the form our earth surrounded, and it is a mixture of various gases, children. Air is mixture of various gases. Here, mixture of various gases means air contains not only one gas, it contains many gases. The main gases of air in the atmosphere is the main gases here. The main contribution of the gases are nitrogen, oxygen, and other gases. Other gases comes as helium, neon, lithium. So many gases we call as other gases. Oxygen and nitrogen and water vapor also include in the air. That means nitrogen percent is 78% and 78% and oxygen is 21%. These are the percentage also there. 21% oxygen, other gas is 1%. Other gas is 1%. So that means which gas is more in the atmosphere? Nitrogen. And second more gas in the atmosphere is oxygen. So like this, the air is the composition of the air. This is the composition of the air: nitrogen, oxygen, other gases, and water vapor. And we are air is very important for breathing. You already know. Without air we can't. Already I told you. And during the process of photosynthesis, children. During the process of photosynthesis, it helps to balance oxygen and carbon dioxide in the air. That means what, children? Here, during the time of the photosynthesis, then it helps to balance the oxygen and carbon dioxide in the air. That means what is photosynthesis, children? What is photosynthesis here? Photo means light, synthesis means food. The meaning of the photosynthesis. And what is it? Is process. It is a process that means the plants are to take sunlight and water to prepare their food. So this process is called as photosynthesis. I repeat once again, children. Plants are to take sunlight and water to prepare their food. So this process is called as a photosynthesis. During this process, the plants are release carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, in the air, and absorb. I said wrong here. During this process, during photosynthesis process, plants are release oxygen in the atmosphere. Plants are release oxygen in the atmosphere and absorb carbon dioxide in the air. What is releasing the plants here? Plants are releasing oxygen and they are absorbing, they are taking carbon dioxide in the air. So that means here, during which process is it? Photosynthesis. During this process, what happens here? The oxygen and carbon dioxide gases balance in the air. That means photosynthesis helps this balancing these two gases. So this is the detail about the air, children. It is one of the renewable natural resources. Because why it is renewable? Because here air is coming back in the form of the oxygen. Because plants are taking carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. That's why it is one of the renewable natural resources. Now let us go to the next one of the renewable resources, that is children, water. Water, children, you already know water is very important and natural resources, because without water we can't live. Because water is without water there is no life. Because water is, we are using various purpose, not only the one purpose, we are using water in various way, for cooking, for washing, and in many other way, in industries, in every way, in every place we are using water. So water is very important renewable natural resources, children. So this water covers 70% of our earth surface, children. This water is covered how much percent on the earth surface? 70%, children. This 70% covered, maybe we are facing the water problem, children. Think why we are facing many more and more water problem. Because why? Because already the percentage of the water on the earth surface is 70%, but still we are facing the problem of water, because all the 70% of the water is not suitable for human use, children. This because the 70% of the water is the ocean and sea water. The water percentage of the earth surface is ocean and sea. These ocean and sea water are too salty. These water are not suitable for human use and also drinking. So that's why these are not suitable for. And why these ocean and sea water too salty, children? Because the rivers, while rivers flowing time, the rivers carries the huge amount of minerals and joins to sea and oceans. That minerals carries the salt minerals, like as the chloride, like this. So that's why the seas and ocean water too salty, because the rivers flowing time, the rivers carries huge amount of the minerals and that joins to the sea and oceans. That's why the percentage 70% of the water is only 0.3% is water. 0.3% water is suitable for human use, and remaining water is not suitable for human use. So this is the reason, children. And we obtain fresh water by river, ponds, lakes and groundwater, children. We getting fresh water by these ways: ponds, lakes, groundwater and rivers. So what is groundwater, children? Here, which water stored in the ground. So this water is called as a groundwater. Which water stored in the ground, that is a groundwater, children. And we obtain by in this way fresh water. And water is also one of the renewable natural resources. Why? Because water we getting again after we use it, children, in the form of the rain. Because water is coming back in the nature through the rain. That due to the which process, that is water cycle. We getting water again through the water cycle process. You know, children, what is water cycle? On the earth surface, the ocean and sea water evaporate continuously and grow up and make a cloud, and that cloud again in the form of water droplet come back in the nature in the form of the rain. So that's why this process is called as a water cycle, and we are getting water again using. So that's why the water is also called as one of the renewable natural resources, children. So this is the detail about the water, and already we are discussing the air also. So next one, the renewable natural resources is solar energy, and afterwards wind energy. So like this, the energy sources, renewable energy sources are there. Now these topics we will discuss in our next class, children. Thank you.